of the Gamers Pass podcast, where we just get together and we chat about video games and game history, and it doesn't matter, Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, and whatever else we want to chat about. But today is dedicated to the 25th birthday of the Nintendo 64, and I am super excited to chat about this. And we do have a little bit of news before that, but before we dive in, Lightsy, welcome. What have you been playing? What's going on with your life right now?
I haven't really been playing anything.
You've been painting?
Yeah, I've been painting. That's about it.
And so Lightsy streamed on, was it Friday? Lightsy streamed,
yeah, Friday.
She was painting on Twitch, so make sure you subscribe to just Lightsy, and everything's in the description as well. All right, Ultimate Hater, aka Mark. Mark, how you doing, and what have you been playing?
I'm doing good. So this week we've been playing Warzone.
Yep.
Let's see. I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, excuse me. Yes, and I now recently discovered that is a awesome game. So I thoroughly enjoyed that one. And today I'm playing Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Nice. So yeah, Mark and I streamed yesterday. I got 18 minutes in, and he finally joined the match. And I was like, "Oh, I chose the wrong character." When I got the officer, I said out loud, "All right, game over for these guys." And it was like 5 seconds later, the power went out in most of my city, and then like another town, a couple towns ahead, and then Fredericton lost power too. It was messed up. And we were down for about an hour, and then I was able to jump back in, and Mark jumped back in, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 is so good. Oh, it was awesome, man. So we will play
that was just the world saying, like, why the hell is Paul streaming this early?
I used to stream at 8 in the morning every Saturday and Sunday, 8 until 12 my time. I used to do 4 hours every Saturday and Sunday. I did it. Used to stream 7 days a week, and I still may even stream today. I don't know. Giggity Gaz, my man, what have you been playing? How you doing? All of that stuff.
I'm pretty good, thank you. I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite, which is usual. A bit of Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Yes. Oh,
that
yeah,
came
yeah.
out
Tell me
Wednesday.
About
that. It is pretty good. It's a racer.
Yeah, I heard it's awesome.
It's an absolute epic game. I absolutely love it.
All right.
Highly recommend you get it, Paul, if you haven't got it already.
I
Mark
do not.
or Lightsy.
It's not on Game Pass, right?
No, not yet. You can get it on Xbox, PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
I'm not sponsored to say that. I was just saying.
Well, we're going to get into a little something with you, sir, that you mentioned last week, but I haven't heard anything about it. But go ahead, keep going. What else have you been playing?
And I've been playing Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Yes. All right. You know what? Those are actually kind of fun games. I've never played the Euro one, but I think I have the American one and a couple other sort of simulators like that. So those games
it is good.
Fun.
It takes a lot of. I started like at 8 o'clock the one night, and then I looked at the time afterwards, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. It just takes the time away so quick. But it's fun.
And that was Lightsy yesterday with Squid Game. She said,
I watched all that.
I watched it all yesterday too.
Yeah, it was so good.
How many? So are they hour-long eps? Are they 30 minutes?
54, 55 minutes.
And how many eps are there?
10. 9. Oh, 10.
Oh, 10 eps. Okay. Dang, guys. That's a nice binge.
Well, it's like one of those where you watch first episode, and then
they run in so well together that you don't want to stop.
And there's no intro at each episode. It just starts straight away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Gaz, I meant to message you. Last week you had a covert operation of a game that you were playing, but there was an embargo and all that stuff, and you said you were going to stream it after like a day, and I was watching, and I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? Hot Wheels.
Oh, it was Hot Wheels.
It was Hot Wheels Unleashed.
All right, so Gaz got it all. You were able to play it before.
Yeah. I had it a few days before we could actually play it.
All right, were you going to do a review or anything like that?
Well, I did the stream. I've just got to do some videos. I'm just really bad at doing videos, but I've got to start doing some videos on it.
Yep.
But they sent me the code a few days before the 27th, because we could stream it at the 27th at 4 p.m. UK time. and then show everybody what the game is about.
Well, that's awesome.
So
yeah, I heard nothing but good things on Twitter about this game, and overall, I'm not a big racing fan, and the only reason I know about Hot Wheels, I didn't really have them as a kid, but my two boys, when they were little, every time we went to Walmart or dollar store or whatever, they needed a Hot Wheels dinky car. And I don't know if in the UK you guys call them dinky cars, but that's what we call them here.
We had the tracks and everything. I had the track, and you could do loop-de-loops.
All right, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Guys, we're going to jump into the news right now. We only have 2 news stories, so we're going to keep that. We'll talk about that. But Lightsy, we got to continue on with this whole Activision Blizzard thing. There is a news story, if you could just let everybody know.
Yeah, so there's a news story that came out 4 days ago. I saw it on Wowhead. Basically, Activision Blizzard has reached an agreement with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to settle some of the claims and strengthen their policies and stuff about the harassment and discrimination within their company. So they are establishing a 18 million compensation fund to make amends to eligible victims of harassment and gender inequality issues, and any of the leftover funds are going to be divided between charities that advance women in the video game industry.
Okay.
Or promote awareness.
18 million's not enough.
Yeah, well, it goes on to say down farther where I said, before we were talking about it earlier, this does not affect the discrimination lawsuit filed in July. So this is a completely different lawsuit and claim against them. The EEOC it says in this little paragraph here that 18 million may seem like an odd number, but the EEOC has limits on the amount of damages a person can recover, which is up to 300,000 a person, based on the size of their employer. So this says that the 18 million suggests that they found somewhere between 50 and 100 potential claimants.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
All I can think of is when we first heard the story is that the young lady that had to go on a trip with the boss, and the boss brought the sex toys and she killed herself. And I'm thinking 18 million alone needs to go to her family. It's insanity. This, and I'll tell you right now, Activision Blizzard, Lightsy, we're talking about this before, is their stocks are still solid and gaining. I don't understand it, but we had talked about Diablo 2 just came out, and Lightsy had mentioned some WoW stuff and all of that. So another lawsuit.
Yeah.
So it was settled though, wasn't it? Like it was.
Yeah, this is their settlement for it.
Settlement form. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Crazy, guys. It's just crazy. Have you guys heard that? Did you guys hear any of that story, Mark or Gaz? Did you hear about any of that stuff?
No, nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, I just.
No, I was going to come across a timeline on Facebook a few days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys aren't much on Twitter, I highly recommend it. There is so much news on Twitter just flying. It's crazy. All right, so here's something that affects all of us, especially Mark. Gaz, you do both Twitch and YouTube. Lightsy, you do both, but yesterday or Friday, did you stream on YouTube as well, or just Twitch?
No, it was just Twitch on Friday.
Just Twitch. I do both at the same time. And I'm gonna read some tidbits which I thought were kind of funny. Twitch is testing to allow viewers to promote streams. So Twitch is experimenting with a new feature that will allow users to pay money to promote a stream. So Mark, if you're streaming or Gaz on Twitch, I could pay money to promote your stream to put you on the front page. Which sounds good at first. And then it goes on to say, this is official from Twitch. We're launching an experiment to a small number of growing channels that enables their communities to purchase promotions to highly visible parts of Twitch, a Twitch spokesperson said. The promotion will work like this. For 10 minutes during a stream, a notification will pop up informing viewers that the boost option is available. Participating viewers can then pay for a number of recommendations. In the demonstration, there are 2 purchase tiers, 1,000 recommendations for 99 cents and 3,000 recommendations for $2.97. These boost purchase windows occur randomly for participating streamers and can happen as often as every time the streamer goes live. Again, sounds all right. At any given time, there are hundreds of thousands of creators streaming on Twitch, all vying for more eyeballs on their stream, but the algorithm that suggests streamers to viewers tends to favor the top streamers, behemoths like Amaranth, the girl that's licking the microphone, and then Aaron Plays, which I think is the other girl, or Aaron, or however you say the name, Plays. I think that's the other microphone licker, who have millions of subscribers and average tens of thousands of viewers at a time. So for smaller streamers, one of their only hopes of discoverability depends on landing on the coveted front page of Twitch. This new boost program essentially allows streamers to bypass the luck of the algorithm draw and directly pay for their time on top. Getting on the front page means more viewers. More viewers means more revenue from ads, more revenue from subscriptions, and greater appeal when applying for sponsorship. That also leads to, you guessed it, more revenue. So if you are a small streamer, you can pay money to be possibly put on the recommended on the front page. And it almost sounds like it's an opt-in thing. The only way this could possibly work is if the microphone lickers that are having 10,000 viewers a day or per stream cannot be part of this program. That's the only way they could possibly work. But if you're a new streamer, or how much money do you have to throw towards this? Mark, I'm going to go to you. How much money are you willing to throw in to possibly get buried in the front page or whatever? Like, can you afford to even do that?
So we had a meeting at my job Friday. And in the meeting, we have a new website going up. So, and the way it's set up, we got told how Google makes money off of car dealerships and other businesses. So when Google's the biggest, most powerful search platform in the world right now, yep. Right? And when you Google search something, you can type in our case, Ford F-150. What we do, we actually bid on that search, Ford F-150 or new Ford or something like that. We bid on that search phrase. So when it pops up, we're the first website that pops up online around here.
Okay. So
we're bidding against like 5-6 other Ford dealerships in the local area that are trying to bid on just that one word. So that's, to me, that sounds like, of course, in our case, I mean, I can't say for sure, but I think $30,000+ a month goes to Google.
Oh my gosh!
I think it's 30,000. It might be a little bit more. So we got a new website to kind of do a backdoor cut through all that, but so that kind of reminds me of this situation with Twitch. Are they expecting streamers to pay out more money, basically bid to get their spot on that front page? You know what I mean? If you want to be number 10, you got to pay X amount of money. But
from the sounds of it, it's not even the streamers paying for it; it's your viewers.
Yeah, but as a streamer, you're gonna want to bid as well, I guess. Like people, I can see people creating fake accounts so they can watch the stream to boost their numbers, and when they get that option to do that.
Yeah.
But you're right.
I don't know if this is going to be a bidding thing or what.
But now that you mention that, if there are hundreds of thousands, or as they said, live streaming, the front page only has a limited amount of space. it almost sounds like it's going to be a bidding war. Gaz, how about you? Is this something that interests you?
I would probably try it once. I don't know how much it'll be, but I think I'll probably try it once to see what it's like. But I think they should concentrate on the more important things first.
Absolutely.
Which is like the hate raids and other things that's going on first. Then do something like this afterwards. Just concentrate on the main things they need to get sorted first. Then do some new stuff afterwards.
Here's the other thing too. Let's say it miraculously works. You paid, or the people paid to get your stream on the recommended. Is that exposure to, oh, look at this little streamer, let's boost them with a hate raid. Like it could have that adverse effect where you're gonna, more eyes are gonna see you negatively.
It's gonna get worse.
Crazy. I don't know. This is insanity to me. I don't understand it. With all honesty, they should really have, hey, new up and coming streamers, or here's a page, streamers with 100 and less followers, streamers with 500 or less, and just allow people just to go and hey, what's new on the newbies page? Let's go check these guys out. I think that's more appealing than, oh, let's get more money from these guys and squeeze them to death as much as possible. I don't know. That's frustrating.
Like when you think about it, like what you said, like if it's followers doing it and it's coming up for these bigger time streamers and they have their 10,000 viewers each paying for 1,000 whatever,
recommendations
people,
or whatever it is.
Recommendations. Yeah. So if they're coming up for, that's 1,000 people for 10,000 people that are already there, like how's that fair? For one, and two, like they're gonna be on the front page anyway. So,
and here's a question: how many people are on Twitch just refreshing the main page? People go on Twitch, they log in, they see the booby streamers licking microphones, and then they either click on the left-hand side people they're subscribed to, or they just see something that's appealing and they click that. They already know who they're going to.
There's barely any times when I go to Twitch and it's not just to click on somebody that I got a notification that's live.
Yep. It's wild, guys. Wild. If I was to go on Twitch right now, I don't even know what the heck. And I rarely ever go on Twitch or anything like that, but just to see that crazy stuff, it's insanity. I don't know what to say, guys. I can't see this being a good thing. Like, why can't you just promote these young up and comers, or not necessarily young? What I'm referring to is low sub count people. Why can't you just promote them anyways for free? Put them on, like, recommend them. Oh, these guys are doing good. They have no violations whatsoever.
Like put a little, one of those category blocks of whatever that are like 25 viewers and less.
Yep. Yeah. What I used to do is, if I'd ever go on there, I'd choose a game, and then I would scroll to the bottom and see who had less viewers. That's what I used to do, depending on the game, of course. I wouldn't go on Twitch just because of so and so. There was only one Twitch streamer I would watch back in the day, and that was Retro Gaijin, who's an amazing dude, an American in Japan, living in Japan. Fantastic. All right, anything else on that, guys? All right, you know what? Let's jump in to our Nintendo 64 happy birthday just podcast, just loving everything about this system. And this system came out on September 29th, 1996. Lightsy, we're going to go to you. What are your fave memories, or do you have any favorite memories of the Nintendo 64?
So I never had one personally myself.
Okay.
I've got a few memories of, like, my cousins had one, and there was one in the basement of my church that the youth group would play.
Yep.
When we would do that, I remember gathering in one of the rooms in the basement of the church and watching a bunch of people play GoldenEye.
Nice.
And my friend had one for a little bit, but most of all of my memories are just, you know, going to Blockbuster and renting it for a weekend or a week and getting Super Mario 64.
Yes.
And Pokemon Snap or Pokemon Stadium.
Beautiful. Yeah, can you just give me a little breakdown of Pokemon Stadium, because I never played Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium was like a pretty much their battle kind of game. Like it was multiplayer. You could play against CPU or somebody else. You get your rental Pokemon that you could get, and then you just battle each other, or you could do like the story mode and go through the gym leaders and to the Elite Four kind of way. I think they're sorry.
No, go ahead. I was going to interrupt, but go ahead.
Oh, I think that there was an add-on that you could do to hook in your Pokemon Blue, Red or Blue, to be able to use your team from that to play in the story mode. I might be remembering that wrong, but that kind of sounds familiar to me.
All right. No, that sounds cool. Good stuff. Any other fond memories of the N64?
No.
Cool. All right, Mark, how about you, man? Because I've already seen some of your stuff that you've shown us before. Give me some memories of the Nintendo 64 that you have that you're very fond of.
So I got my first Nintendo 64 was a Christmas present by my parents. First, I'm trying to remember, we had Diddy Kong Racing and Star Fox 64. First two games I played on my Nintendo 64. And I just love those games even to this day. And I wish I had Diddy Kong Racing. That's the only one that's missing.
Heck yeah, man. Diddy Kong Racing was brilliant.
I mean, Bomberman 64, I think we were talking about that at one time. Not a lot of people remember that gem, but I love that game. Playing that, WCW, NWO Revenge,
yes,
WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy. I remember those games were awesome. Pokemon Stadium, like Lightsy said, Pokemon Snap was a great one. I mean, I can go on and on. I didn't even mention all the friendships, all the fights that we had over GoldenEye.
Tell us your stories, dude. I want to hear them.
GoldenEye, like we would fight on who would get Oddjob, which was the little short guy. Super Smash Brothers, when I chose Pikachu. Mario Party. I mean, that caused a lot of fights between me and my friends, but those were such great times during those time frame. That I would say Nintendo 64 era was my favorite time, gaming and stuff like that, because the games were awesome for me. Trying to remember other games, Banjo-Kazooie, even the terrible Superman 64. Which I still got a copy somewhere around here.
Amazing.
The worst game ever. And yeah, I still wouldn't trade it.
Even worse than E.T. for Atari?
I didn't play E.T. for the Atari. I played the Rings and Superman. And I even left out Mario 64 too. Which is a legendary. That's legendary status right there. I mean, there's so many things about Nintendo 64, and if you go to almost any list or of anything on like best games of all time, Zelda's up there for Nintendo 64. I think that's universal.
Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time?
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there's a it might be What Culture. Or what's the other top 10 videos I'm trying to remember on YouTube? anyways, they had the water temple on Zelda as I think it was number 7 of like top 20 hardest levels in the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I love everything about Nintendo 64. I wish they made new games for it to this day.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I love it. And I'm gonna get you guys to show your toys and all that stuff here in a little while. But Gaz, come on now. Gaz, give us some memories, my man, of the Nintendo 64.
I remember getting my Nintendo 64 from Toys R Us.
Yeah.
It was on sale with obviously the console, Pokemon Snap, Excite Bike,
Yep.
and Mario 64, and it was about £50 UK money.
Wow.
And I like spent hours and hours and hours. Was it Mario Kart as well? I can't remember if I had Mario Kart with it, but I know I spent hours on Mario Kart 64.
Yeah.
But my biggest memory is the SNES when that come out, and spent hours on that. So I haven't got many memories of the Nintendo 64 playing it.
Yeah.
It's mainly like the NES and the SNES. But I got rid of the N64 like years ago. I know. I got rid of it because it didn't bother me with collecting games. But after getting older, I wanted to get the games back, the console back, especially box stuff. So that's how I got the N64 now.
So what do you have for box stuff?
Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, let's do it. And then we'll hop in there and we'll get Mark to show his goodies. And Lightsy, I don't know if you have any goodies.
Nah, not for 64.
Now, these 3 games I was given by Tim, who's a Twitch streamer.
Oh, Tim's my new friend now. That's awesome.
So it's mint, it's complete, but I got the protective cases.
All right, I got to ask, why the black box around it?
That's the PAL version.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I get it.
PAL version. And then Banjo-Kazooie, as Mark was on about. Got that. Nice and minty fresh, as my friend says. And Mario 64.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I bought this from my retro store. That's a Woolworths sticker. I don't know if you remember Woolworths.
Yeah, we had Woolworths here in my city, dude, until it left.
That was cool, that is. But I've got some Japanese games as well.
Ah, Rokosaki.
Right. I got the Mario 64.
What?
Got that one.
Wow.
How cool is that?
Right, it's missing the instruction book. F-Zero.
Okay.
As well. Which I love the cover of that.
Very nice.
And this is something that we could have people message in the comments. What game do you think that is?
Tamagotchi.
Damn it.
Ha!
Yeah, Tamagotchi.
Lightsy fired off. Pow! Tamagotchi. That was awesome.
Well, I saw it in the shop and I said, yeah, I'll have that, but what is it? And he says it's a Tamagotchi game.
So can you play that on your current N64?
I need a converter that Nick has got at the shop. But I just haven't been down because of this COVID thing. So I think, add something else. I only got this a couple of days ago. Paul might know what this is.
You got this a couple days ago?
Mario 64 block.
Oh, for Lego? Yes, I did see the commercial for that. Oh my gosh, Gaz.
Wow.
That was awesome.
That's incredible.
Well, I actually went to the Lego store for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like a kid in a toy shop.
I'm like a kid right now watching you bring out your toys. What the heck?
I mean, I love it.
Yeah,
I think that's it. I think
that's amazing, dude. Yeah. Mark, what do we got for you for your deliciousness of Nintendo 64 collectibles?
I say compared to that, I ain't got nothing.
No, yeah, you do. Come on now.
Let's see. I got my Nintendo 64 console, which I would show you, but it's plugged up right now.
No, that's fine. I got mine plugged into.
I know I got 4 or 5 more games that are missing around the house, but let's see where's that. So I got 2 other Nintendo 64 controllers.
Nice. I love that controller.
So me and my friends can always play at the same time. Of course, you know I got Super Mario 64.
There it is.
Yep. GoldenEye.
Oh, nice. I do want that one.
Mario Party. Star Fox 64. I got my Rumble pack right here.
Yes.
I got 2 memory cards somewhere around here. So my Nintendo, and of course the games missing out of there: Pokemon Snap, Superman 64.
Yep.
And I'm trying to get Diddy Kong Racing. I'm gonna try. I'll find me a copy sooner or later at a store around here. But and I got, let's see, WWF No Mercy.
Yep.
I got WCW NWO Revenge. And that is my Nintendo 64 collection right now.
That's cool. So are you on a venture to get as many as possible, or just the ones you really, really like or want to have?
The ones I really like.
No, that's cool.
So Diddy Kong Racing, I'm missing Bomberman 64. I for some reason I can't find that one at all. Like, I find Diddy Kong Racing on eBay and stuff like that, and I see some of the prices for it, but Bomberman 64 I just haven't really come across. And I'm trying to remember if there's something. I want Super Smash Brothers as well, but the asking prices on those are starting to go up there.
So I just checked eBay, and Bomberman 64, just the cartridge, is $19.65, and there's one that's a brand new listing, complete in box. It has a manual and everything. It's starting at $17.87.
$17
starting, so it's still got 6 days left, but I do see a pre-owned one for $140. You could buy it now if you wanted. So yeah, you could get it. I could even check around a couple. We don't have a retro store here in my city of St. John, but there's a couple pawn shops that have 64 games and stuff.
Ask Kevin if he has them.
Yeah. All right, that's cool. Lightsy, what about you? Any memorabilia of Nintendo 64? No, that's cool.
No.
For me, let me just one sec. For me, this, and I'll tell you a little story behind it. My favorite Nintendo 64 game of all time, which pretty much everybody knows, is Super Mario 64. Being the old man that I am, I've been gaming since a little kid. Like, I'm talking 5 years old, playing Atari, all that stuff, going to the arcades. And so when Mario 64 came out, it just blew my mind. And I do have a couple stories I'll tell a little about that. But on my playlist, there's unboxing videos of like Loot Crate, Shirt Punch, all that stuff. There is a gentleman by the name of James Mucklin who has been with me for years now. And James would send me boxes of goodies from the UK. All the way from the UK, just boxes, and I'd open it up, and it's called the James box. I dubbed it the James box. You can watch all the unboxing videos, and they're all up on YouTube. But one of the things he sent me was this, and I'm assuming this is the UK version for use with PAL version. Okay, and I was beyond excited when I got this because I didn't have my 64 stuff. I didn't even have a Nintendo 64 at the time, but it has the cartridge inside, which is actually like mint. The cartridge is nice and smooth, which is very good. Happy about that. Also came, it has the manual too, which I'm beyond excited. And then like the whole N64 thing. But I miss gaming manuals with games. I wish they would bring those back. Even if you didn't read them, which not too often we didn't. I remember getting Final Fantasy 1 for the NES, and it came with like an 800-page sarcasm, of course, exaggeration, but so many pages in the manual. It was wonderful. So this right here is like a pride and joy. Let's turn it right side up for me. Thank you, James Mucklin. I love the game. But for memories, look, dust flying around now. For memories for me, September 29th, Nintendo 64 was going to be announced. I was all excited. I was reading EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly. There was a game something, a magazine that I used to get whenever I could afford it. So I'm walking to work. I used to work at Wendy's down on McAllister Drive, east side of my city. And so I'm walking, and what I always did every single day, because I just wanted to look at video games, I would cut through to the right-hand side where my mall is and go to Kmart and just to look at their games. And all of a sudden, here it is, September 26th, 3 days before the Nintendo 64 was going to be released. They had Nintendo 64 and Super Mario 64 sitting right there to be purchased. And of course, I didn't have the money at that moment, but I went and did my shift, came back home, and I said to my mother, I was like, I need to get this. And I said, how about like her friend, Marianne, who's not around anymore, but she gave me the money, or lent me the money to go buy my 64 and to buy Super Mario 64. And of course I paid her back. But when I got that mother home, oh my gosh, I opened it. It was like a host of heavenly angels singing around me as I was doing it. And so I tried to hook it up, and I had an issue hooking up to my CRT TV. And so I called Nintendo, and the first thing they said is, where did you get it? And I was like, oh, I got it at the store, but I need help hooking up. They're like, no, we need to know where you got it, sir, because there was an embargo that you couldn't release it the days before September 29th. So I said, it was East. I said Kmart at McAllister Mall is where I got it, and they're like, okay. And then I finally figured it out. Because I had wires all messed up or something. And they're like, well, how did you do it? And I was just like, I said, I just had a wire in the wrong place. Thank you very much, click. And I don't know if Kmart got in trouble, but oh my gosh, man, I loved it. And when I fired up this game alone, it was a whole new world. It's the only game that really gave me like just that, wow, I'm in awe. This is the most incredible thing I've ever played in my entire life. Because you went from your little dinky NES controller or the SNES one, 2D graphics and all of that stuff, but to come into an N64 era with that beautiful controller that you held in the middle and grabbed the right one with the left hand still hanging there and you rarely ever used if you did, and just play that N64 Super Mario 64, and it's one of the best memories I've ever had in my entire life. Definitely gaming memory. And it went on from there. Did you guys know that IGN started the day or like the time N64 released, which was kind of cool. Apparently they were almost dedicated to the N64, and of course branched out as the days went on. But I thought that was really cool. But memories playing GoldenEye, of course, all the time. Mario Kart. And my wife and I used to play like the wrestling games together where she would just wrench my back because she can only do just a couple of the moves. So she'd grapple me and then put me on the ground and just start giving me back-breaking moves. I remember those. And that's when we were dating way back in 1996. So that was definitely fond memories. But, I love it. And James Mucklin, thank you. I will never forget. I know it's the player choice. I know it's not the OG one, but it's a box with the papers. And he sent me, I have everything he sent me downstairs. And the James box is one of the most incredible things that I've ever had while doing YouTube. All right. Any other stories? Anything spark while we were all chatting?
Yeah. You said, where'd you get that Nintendo 64 from?
Kmart.
So, all right. So
no, Zellers. I'm sorry. It was Zellers. I said Kmart that whole time. I have a different story about Kmart and gaming, but go ahead.
I was about to say, I think you might have been the reason why Kmart went out of business.
Hey, we don't even have Zellers anymore. Zellers is gone, so it was Zellers.
I was going to say, the Bay
yes,
has Zellers pop-ups.
It was trending on Twitter, Zellers, and I was like, what? But yeah, Mark, it was definitely Zellers. That's where I got it. Kmart was on the west side, and I remember I was 10 or 12 years old. Me and my cousin took a bus from the north end of St. John to the west side in a snowstorm around December 28-ish. That's when my birthday is. So I could go get the original Metroid. And I'll never forget that. And that was at Kmart on the west side. So, yeah, that's cool. Good stuff. All right, Lightsy, I want to jump to you for your top 5-ish or top 3 or whatever, your top Nintendo 64 games. That goes into the Lightsy Nintendo 64 Hall of Fame.
Pokemon Stadium.
Yep.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
Mario Party.
It doesn't matter which one. All Mario parties are great.
Yeah.
Except
Mario
for, like,
Kart.
the latest ones.
And then Super Mario 64.
Yes. Excellent, Mark.
Zelda #1.
Ocarina
of Time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with GoldenEye #2, Super Smash Brothers #3. I'm going probably Star Fox 64.
Great game.
And #5. Man, I'm trying to think if I want to put Pokemon there.
You can do honorable mentions too. It's all good.
I would go. It's hard for me to say it. I would go with Pokemon's. No, I gotta go Super Mario 64. Pokemon Snap after that. Then of course honorable mention is going to be any of the Mario parties.
Sure.
Or Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah. Excellent. Giggity gas. How about you, sir?
Mario 64,
Yep.
Mario Kart 64, and F-Zero. That's my top 3.
F-Zero. You know, I never ever played an F-Zero game, ever.
It is bro.
And it's a racing, speedy racing sort of game, right?
Yeah, like a futuristic
Yep.
sort of thing. Yeah. I mainly played it on the SNES.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Excellent.
Recommend
For
it.
me, I do have more than 5, but Mario 64, hands down, my favorite game of all time. Mario Kart, I would throw GoldenEye in there because I played tons of GoldenEye. Mario Kart was just fantastic. And Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I loved Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I got to go Pokemon Snap, because that really... Pokemon Snap was mind-blowing to me when it came out. I was not a Pokemon fan. I really didn't know anything about Pokemon. But once Pokemon Snap came out, I was like, this is so incredible. I love it. And it was just a great time. All of the wrestling, the WCW, NWO World Tour, Revenge, WrestleMania 2000. Like, we were such hardcore WWF fans back in the day that I'd spend hours just creating a stable of your guys and all the moves were fantastic. All the stuff you could do that wasn't even in the manual, you're just discovering. It was so good. I loved those wrestling games, and I actually want to try to get some of the wrestling games just so I could try them and play them again. And I got to throw Diddy Kong Racing in there easily. Diddy Kong Racing, and I just loved it. As soon as you fired it up, Diddy Kong Racing, it's so much fun. And I'll never forget all my beautiful N64 memories. Gaz, what do you got? Were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna just spit something out there.
Wizpig is the hardest boss I probably have ever had in any video games.
Wizpig?
From Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah. He was huge.
Beating him in that race, huh?
Oh no, I'm thinking of a different game. But what game was it where Wizpig was just like a giant monster of sorts, and it was a boss battle? I'm trying to think of
Diddy Kong Racing.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, you had to race Wizpig.
Oh, I totally forgot. So somebody said on stream the other day that rare games are coming to the Nintendo Switch. So whether it's the package, even though we know Banjo-Kazooie is, but Diddy Kong Racing and stuff, that would be mind-blowing for that to come out. I do want to get the N64 wireless controller so I can actually play hardcore. I got 20 facts of the N64 that I want to read to you guys. But is there anything else that you want to chat about with the N64? Anything we didn't mention?
I'm being shushed right now.
Yes, you are. I see that. Your cat's like, no, Lightsy, not right now.
If the games are coming to Switch, if they're going to be online multiplayer, that would make it way worth it.
Mark, it is. It is.
Oh, it is.
Yes, they are going to be multiplayer games. So if you play, not GoldenEye, but what is it? Mario Kart Old School is going to be multiplayer. You're going to be able to connect with your Switches with the Nintendo Switch Online and play online.
Well,
But we got to play that.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun on and off stream.
I would love to have a old school Mario Party or a Mario Kart night, even Diddy Kong or whatever's coming out. I'm excited. So that's what they had said, that it's going to be online compatible. So that changes everything.
Oh yeah.
Lightsy, that's hilarious. All right, let's jump into some facts. There are 20. I'll try to get through them as fast as possible. So the Nintendo went through a few. The N64 went through a few name changes before its release. When developers started working on it, they gave it the code name Project Reality. It was later named the Nintendo Ultra 64 in honor of several toys made in the 1960s, such as the Ultra Hand, which I have no clue about. Although this name was shortened to just the Nintendo 64, as Konami held the trademark on the name Ultra Games. Do you remember Konami was like Nintendo, Super Nintendo with amazing games? Thank you, Konami. When Nintendo 64 came out, it was in very high demand. Several celebrities, including Steven Spielberg, Matthew Perry, and a few of the Chicago Bulls, tried contacting Nintendo to play the celebrity card and get a preferential treatment in receiving one, which I thought was kind of funny. December 31st, 2009, the N64 had sold 32.93 million units. 5.54 million of them were sold in Japan, and 6.76 million in other regions worldwide. And a whopping 20.63 million were sold in the Americas. Nintendo 64 was a groundbreaking console, being the first ever console to feature 3D graphics, which we all know. The Nintendo 64 controller was also the first controller to ever feature an analog stick, which I believe was it the PS2 that came out with the dual.
The DualShock.
Yeah,
control.
So Nintendo 64 set that up brilliantly. However, now check this out. This I thought was amazing because we've all experienced it. However, the analog stick wasn't all good news. Many of the mini games in Mario Party required players to use an analog stick, most often with the palm of their hands, which would sometimes cause players to get blisters on their hands. So we all did that, and we just dealt with it. We sucked it up. Now listen to this. After a successful lawsuit against Nintendo, they were legally required to give gloves to players with the game as a safety precaution. So some meathead sued them, and that's the reason why we don't have the games where we got to spin like crazy on the analog stick. Somebody ruined that for us. Couldn't believe it. When most people think of the N64, they see the great console Nintendo originally released, which I have. As Nintendo grew with the success of the Nintendo 64, they released a whole host of different color N64s: green, blue, orange, red, black, and pink. Do you guys have any of the multicolored ones?
I had the blue one.
Okay.
I think the clear blue one.
Yeah.
And now I've just got the grey one.
Nice. Mark?
No, I just got the original one.
So as well as different colored consoles, Nintendo also released some special edition versions of the N64, including the blue and orange Pikachu editions, which I remember seeing, as well as the Pokemon Battle Set version, the Jungle Green edition to commemorate the release of Donkey Kong 64, and I would love to get this next one, a gold edition exclusive to Toys R Us. Wouldn't that be cool?
I think my friend had, it was either a gold one or a yellow.
Was there a yellow one? Maybe it was the gold one, Lightsy. I don't know if there was a yellow one. That would be amazing, though. Speaking of Donkey Kong 64, this game holds a unique title again amongst all N64 games, as it is the one with the longest amount of gameplay. Have you guys played Donkey Kong 64?
I think I have.
In passing.
Yeah, I don't think I played it. All right. When the Nintendo 64 first came out, it only had 2 games available to its users across the world. However, Japan was lucky enough to get a 3rd game, Saikyo Habu Shogi, along with Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wings 64. Can you imagine a console launching with cartridges having 2 games on today? Like, let's get a PS5, Xbox, and you didn't even have back library, and all you had was 2 games. That would be mind blowing. Did you guys play Pilot Wings 64?
No.
No.
No,
play that one.
No.
I tried it. I wasn't a fan, but I did like the new Pilot Wings they brought out for the 3DS, which I thought was cool. Although there were only 2 to 3 games to start with the N64, Nintendo released a whole library of games as time went on, bringing the total just shy of... Do you guys know how many games came out just shy of the number?
400.
Lightsy says 400. Guess?
300.
300.
300. Yeah.
Say all the games. I'm gonna say 600.
Nice. So it was just shy of 400 games, which is pretty crazy. The final N64. Now this is good because this series is fantastic. The final Nintendo 64 cartridge ever made was Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It was released in 2002, which amazing. The first 2 are so good. There's some other ones too. Now check this out. This I thought was really weird. At the end of World War II, South Korea banned Japanese culture imports, meaning that the Nintendo 64 was banned. Because of this, it was released by South Korean company Hyundai and was rebranded, and the Comboy 64 was its name. That's crazy.
Yeah. Weird.
The Nintendo 64 was the last major console to use cartridges. Despite this, there was a disc drive add-on called the 64DD, showcased at the 1999 Space World Today game show in Japan, but this was never released outside of Japan. Did you guys ever see that? The disc drive attach add-on?
No. It's new to me.
Yeah, you should Google that. As an expansion of the 64DD, the N64 also had an online service where players could download demos and compete online. It cost $25 a month, but like the 64DD, it never made it out of Japan. I didn't even know that.
I think I remember something about that.
That's wild. I remember playing Diablo 1 over modem, and that was great times, but never even considered the 64 online. Founder of Netscape, Mark Andreessen, proposed to Nintendo that an idea of creating an online service for the Nintendo 64. However, Nintendo backed out of this as they wanted full control of the N64. So I don't know what the whole detail was with that. We got 3 left, guys. In Japan, Nintendo 64 was actually an underseller. Many believe the reason for this was due to the fact that it had a lot of less role-playing games, or RPGs, than the PlayStation, which is one of the most popular genres of the game in Japan. I didn't know that. I didn't know that in Japan that they're huge on RPGs. Even though I suppose Japanese RPGs, they have their own specific genre. So no, I guess that makes sense. I just never put 2 and 2 together. The Nintendo 64 release was delayed until 1996 after the Sega Saturn and Sony PlayStation had already come out. However, the impending release coupled with the Nintendo 64 low cost meant that many people waited for the Nintendo 64 rather than buy one of its competitors. The N64 was officially released on the US on September 29th, 1996. 2 left. Unlike its predecessors, the NES and the SNES, the N64 had maintained barely any status as a collectible console. Available at release for roughly $200, you can pick up an N64 depending on the extra and what's edition for about $100. A buddy at work gave me his like 2 years ago, which I was super happy about. During the development of the N64, Nintendo had some help developing 3D graphics. Hardware and the microprocessor used in the N64 from both Silicon Graphics and MIPS technology. Due to this help and the great success of the Nintendo 64, we have the revolutionary graphics that today's consoles give us. And I 100% agree with that. Nintendo 64 launched a brand new era of gaming that we all know right now. It's like you could trace it back. I know people talk about Doom, original Doom for PC, and as revolutionary as that was, it just did nothing what the N64 did. It was just fantastic. Guys, anything else with the Nintendo 64?
I think so.
Mark?
I think we've basically covered it all.
Yeah.
Talked about
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do. I really wanted to share. I wanted to hear your guys' stories and share some stories and just sit back. And Ari didn't really care about our stories as she's just sleeping cradled or sleeping in Lightsy's arms, which is funny. All right, guys. we're just going to wrap this up. We're done a little bit early today, which is fantastic. I didn't keep you super long like we always do, even though I still ran my mouth a lot. But yeah, this was really good. We are going to be doing a Call of Duty podcast very soon. Probably within the next couple weeks. It's going to be dedicated to all the Call of Duty games so we can chat. And I know Gaz played it. Mark, you're playing currently Call of Duty as well. Warzone. I've played all of them except for like the last couple. And I'm excited to actually chat about that. And Lightsy, yeah, sure.
God.
What's that?
Sorry. Thank God. Sorry.
It's all right. And Lightsy, you've played some Call of Duties in your day, have you not? Okay. All right. Lightsy has not played any Call of Duties, even though there was a Call of Duty on the Wii. Absolutely terrible, but there was. A reminder, if you've not pre-ordered Battlefield, that will be played by me greatly on stream. Battlefield's beta is starting on the 6th, so next week, I think it's on Thursday. It's going for 4 days if you pre-ordered it, and 2 days if you've not. So if you guys are Xboxers, I think you can play on any system. Get Battlefield so we can all join up and play together. All right, guys. Lightsy, where can everybody find you on social media?
Twitter, Instagram, at Logan Ainsley, Lightsy.plays on Instagram, Twitch and YouTube, just Lightsy. TikTok is just Lightsy. Okay, you're going.
Okay, Mark, how about you?
Twitch and YouTube, Ultimate Hater 87, and on Facebook, Perfect View Production.
Nice. And Gaz, where can they find you, sir?
You get me on mainly YouTube, Twitch, TikTok now because I'm doing TikToks.
No way! I'm gonna follow you.
And Instagram.
What is it? So, what are you on TikTok?
A to Z Gaming.
A to Z Gaming.
Same on everything. Yeah.
All right. Excellent. I'm gonna follow you, man, right now because that's funny. Some of that stuff's crazy on TikTok. We'll do it after because TikTok's crazy. All right. A to Z of gaming. Excellent. All right, everybody. This is it. Thank you all so much for joining me today. So, as for Lightsy, as for Mark, as for Gaz, my name is Paul, and you guys take care.